Hello and welcome to Witchtalk, the show for millennial witches that moves past the echo chamber of discourse and into the real, raw lives of those who practice. Now, without further ado, here's your host, me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Witchtalk. My name is Sean Engel, and happy Aries new moon. I am sitting with one of my OG ride or dies, Jasmine Wolfe of Satin, Saturn. Hi! How's it going, my darling? It's good to see you, too.
It's been a hot minute.
It certainly has. I think we both have been transitioning out of things that we're used to doing and just decided our heart wanted to go in a different direction, which I think is a great topic for this Aries new moon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the Leo full moon. It was so funny because, the Leo full moon, I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I want to do my career differently. And then you're like, I'm changing what I'm doing with my career. I was like, okay, so we were all feeling it. All right.
Well, Leo's my midheaven. And I had been feeling like, I want to show you something. I don't know if we can see it in the cameras, but I wore my Saturn earrings just for you.
Oh, I should have worn mine.
In homage. So, you're my guinea pig. You're my first guest on the show. I'm really pumped about it, but I want to start every guest off with what is your sun, moon, rising, and your OG witch inspiration?
I'm a Capricorn sun, Scorpio moon, Aquarius rising, and my OG witch inspiration was definitely the craft, and I would say probably Fruza Balk's character in the craft. I mean, my Scorpio moon was just like, yeah, that one. I like her.
From one Scorpio moon to another, same.
Yeah.
It's honestly, she was like so scary in the hottest way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of feelings. Yeah. My bisexual ass was like, you're crazy in the right way.
I mean, I was of course like many young girls, predominantly girls, who started to come in elementary school and took it very seriously, like had initiation rites with different friends that they joined.
That is incredible.
I didn't know it was called an initiation rite at that point in time, but I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, a whole like sleepover party, like dream thing you had to do.
You would have slumber parties where we would play like, what is it? Straight as a feather, stiff as a board. We would play that game and we would do Ouija, but then I had two really close friends that we didn't tell anyone about this, but we did a blood oath. And we would do spells. Yeah, it was exactly right. It's like such a Scorpio moon behavior.
Yeah, just a child like, let's cut ourselves, let's bleed for the craft.
Well, exactly. It's like, what is the most extreme thing that you possibly could do? So where does Aries fall in your chart? What do you have going on?
I don't have much, but it rules my second house. So it rules my house of finances and self-worth and tangible things. So it's a pretty wild ride having Aries there, but no placements. It's just hanging out right there.
Well, when we used to do true crime astrology together, I know that houses were a really, really big focus for you. So how does that work for you with having this like very independent go-getter energy in a very stable house?
Reading someone else's chart, if I see Aries in the second house, it usually means that like being your own boss is important because it can show us how we make our money. Like specifically, like it's our relationship to money, but it can show us how we make our money. So being your own boss is important. I definitely never liked having bosses, but that could also be my snarky ass Capricorn.
Okay, boss.
And then also for self-worth, like it is really important for me to move my body. I also have a Taurus Mars. Like my Mars is ruled by Taurus. So it's not that I like high intensity stuff or like Zumba or cardio. No, that my Taurus Mars hates it. But like yoga and going for walks and like swimming, all those things are just like overall make my life happier. And then as far as my relationship to money, it's like not great because Aries is just like hard and fast, you know?
Spend it if you got it. Or if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it took me a long time and I'm still working on it to just like be better with money. You know, a lot of times I was the type of person who's like, just not going to look at my bank account, just going to pretend it doesn't exist. It doesn't control me. So like during my Saturn return, I started to be like, let's check our bank account every couple of days to see what's happening. And that was like a huge level up for this second house Aries person.
But this is literally why I tell people to study their birth chart. Because just like you were saying with your Taurus Mars and how like, yeah, okay, being active is important for our bodies, but like not in a way you don't want to do it. Walks are great. Go swimming. Like don't beat yourself up if you're not like a crazy spin instructor. So I know Aries has so many awesome characteristics, but when I think about Aries, mostly I do think about their dating habits.
Yeah, well, and they love love in a very different way to the other signs that we think about. There's quite a few signs when I think of like who loves love. Aries is definitely one of them. But it's like Aries is so impulsive, and on the bright side, like they're very connected to their instincts. It's like when they have an intuitive nudge, they're like, let's go for it. But you know, unlike water sign intuition, where they like think about it and feel it and like transmute it, fire sign intuition is just like, that looks good, let's go. Yeah, they're very impulsive in love, and it's a beautiful adventure, but it can be hard to find the right one. They also need to be entertained, you know.
That's the thing, and with the Scorpio and Sag that I have in my chart, it's like it's hard to pin us down, but once you do, loyalty, baby.
Gosh, I have a friend who is a Sagittarius Sun, Scorpio Moon, Libra rising, and I honestly think it's an incredible combination because like she's so good at talking. It makes everyone feel like safe and heard, and you have like such a fun, like exuberant time with her. But her Scorpio moon makes it so that she's not, pardon me for anyone who has that combination, but an insufferable extrovert. Like the Scorpio moon just makes her like so emotionally intelligent and also need like a break from energy. So she's like such a vibe. She's such a good time.
Okay, wait, you just hit the nail on the head. For something for me. So when I think of an insufferable extrovert, I think of a theater kid. You know, like somebody that just like can't stop singing. And like that was just such a huge epiphany. It's the emotional intelligence to see that no one wants to deal with your bullshit.
Yeah, you got to be able to read the energy of the room to see how you're being received.
Oh, you didn't comment on my wig, I do have to say. And
well, actually, now that you mentioned it, I have a surprise for you because I saw that you were wearing a wig today and you're the queen of wigs. So I dug this up so I could join you.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
You are amazing.
I know, I'm obsessed. I always wanted yellow hair because of Lady Gaga in 2010. She always had just the bright highlighter yellow hair, and it's so hard to get.
That's why I did it. I wanted to do an art pop moment in honor of our favorite Aries. So
yes!
I was
like, oh my gosh,
I want to serve this. I really like tried to put effort in.
Well, mine's not going to have that much effort in it, but it's going to be a good time.
Okay. I mean, it's close enough. This is actually spectacular. I'm really glad this is video now. Everyone gets to see our full magic together.
I know.
You look amazing.
You know, you're supposed to like cut the bangs on these wigs to like how you want them to be, and I've never done this with this wig. So it's my Donatella, as in the art pop song wig because she's in like a little like white onesuit, and then this bleach blonde wig that goes like down to her like thighs.
Yes.
This is my Donatella.
It's absolutely epic. I actually really like it on you.
Thank you.
It's perfect. Tell me we're doing the rest of the episode in this.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting for the right time, and then you gave the perfect segue.
I just freaking nailed it. You know I'm the queen of segues.
You are.
It's funny though, because like, yeah, I wear all these wigs, but I usually do them for like 5-second TikToks. Literally, I do the shortest audios ever, and then or like a photo. And today I've done so many recordings where I'm actually like fully wearing this on video. And let me tell you, I had to pin. It's like falling in the front. These bangs are definitely not cut. I have. So this, I love. I want to attribute this first episode to like season 1 of Drag Race, where it's like super low budge, probably like smear some Vaseline on the camera, like fix a wig.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This is my season 1 Drag Race look. Just it looks better on the Zoom filter that we get than this wig was literally just in a bag. I have a whole box full of costumes because that's my culture. So I had to dig it out.
Same, literally, we have the same culture. You should see. I don't know. Most people see my wig wall that I post on Instagram, and I call it the prop closet. We're going to take a break in a minute, but I do want to say, how many years have we known each other now?
I think 4.
It's been a while. Yeah. Well, the reason why I bring it up is because, Aries is all about the self, and I just want to talk about ourselves. So on that note,
what? I love doing that.
So on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to just talk about all things self.
Do you like crystals? Do you like to them? Well, if you're anything like this triple Scorpio, your answers are yes and hell yes. And that's why I'm here to talk to you about Shock Rubs, the world's first crystal sex toy company. Shock Rubs has a variety of product types and healing styles, and they are non-porous and non-toxic, so you can feel free to insert without worry, just like me. So head on over to shockrubs.com and enter code WITCHYWISDOM for 15% off of your order. Happy healing! Do you like to smoke weed? I know I do, but I also don't like to leave the comfort of my home. That's why Witchy Wisdoms and Witchtalk has partnered with ease.com, so you can place your order directly from the comfort of your couch and receive it within the hour. Ease has daily promos and a variety of strain selections, so you're never going to get bored with what they have to offer. And if you live in my hometown of Los Angeles or anywhere else in the California or Michigan area, you can download Ease today and start getting delivery. Use the link down below and start ordering today.
And welcome back. So since it's the Aries new moon, I thought we would talk about everyone's favorite subject, themselves. So let's start off with, what do you love about yourself? Putting you on the spot.
Oh, what do I love about myself? I love, I should be able to come up with that quicker. I don't know. It's a big question. Okay.
I know. And I put you on the spot there. Okay. What do you not like about other people?
What do I not like about other people? Yeah, I don't like it segues into what we're talking about before. I really just don't like when people don't have emotional intelligence or like even spatial awareness. I don't know. I'm such a sensitive person. We're sensitive people. Got a little bit of my bangs. So when people just aren't as sensitive, I'm just like, can you like learn some skills, please?
Okay, well, hand to God, yesterday I'm going to the grocery store with my boyfriend, picking up stuff to make us dinner. And I shit you not. So we go to this little organic market, but if you've ever been in a Trader Joe's, you know how like ridiculously small the aisles are and how absolutely no one has spatial awareness or emotional intelligence. So I'm sitting there picking out my potatoes or whatever at the end of one aisle, and this woman with a baby carriage is at the other end, and she sees me, like views me in the aisle, just doing what I need to do, proceeds to go right up to me with the baby stroller and goes, "Oh, I don't think this is gonna fit. Can you hop over for like," and I was like, "Are you absolutely shitting me?" I really had it yesterday. And I was like, "Are you that entitled? Did you really just like, I was minding my damn business and you run into me with your baby stroller and then ask me to move?" It set me off. And that's fully spatial and emotional intelligence just out the window. Does that mean that you love that you have spatial awareness and emotional intelligence?
Wow, you're good. Yes, of course. I trained as a dancer for my whole life, so I know what's going on with my body inside and out at all times. I mean, sometimes I get distracted. I'm a human and I don't realize I run into someone, but like it's only when I'm with other people and there's other things drawing my attention that I might like not have great spatial awareness. So like at the grocery store when you're fully aware of what you're doing and by yourself, like can you not sense, can you not feel your auric field? Can you not feel people near you? Can you also not feel their energy? Like I just don't know how those people live.
And listen, like to all the mothers out there, God bless you, but having a child doesn't make you Jesus Christ. You have to know that if you have tons of stuff, you're going to need more room. So pick a different aisle. Or, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's extremely difficult to be a mother. I'm sure that there's a lot of stress, but I locked eyes with this woman.
Yeah.
So I
it
have
wasn't
no
an accident.
It was not. But you know what? I think I'm going to take that as she thinks I'm skinny.
You think I'm skinny?
You think I'm skinny? I prefer that.
Thank you. That's a better narrative.
So, okay, off the actual zodiacal wheel, what do you think is the most Aries trait that an Aries has ever presented?
Do you want like an actual example from an Aries that I know? Because I can provide that.
Oh, yeah.
I used to date an Aries, and one time we were hanging out in his backyard, and he just turned to me. He's like, "Do you want to throw some knives?" I was like, "I will watch you throw knives safely right here."
Oh wow, yeah, that's amazing.
Just like the force, the violence, the like energy of war, but also just, you know, wanting something to do and be entertained by, and like throwing knives was the thing that was going to be entertaining and use some of that energy. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, that's like really on brand and also like charming. At least But that's like, you know, the guy that invented the axe throwing bars was an Aries.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Like, oh, what? Drinking and throwing axes and shit? Yeah, bro.
Dude, one of my old roommates went to one of those axe throwing bars and it bounced and stabbed her in her shin. But she didn't want to come off as like weak or emotional. So she didn't say anything until they were done throwing the axes, and then they sat down for some beers, and someone was like, "Your pants are bleeding," and it was like it was a deep wound. Like she should have gone to the hospital, but the two of the people she was with are firefighters and EMTs, so they just handled it. But yeah, she showed me the pictures because once again, Scorpio moon, show me the disgusting pictures. I want to see them. So gnarly.
Ma'am, there is a gash in your shin.
Yeah, you just got an axe to the shin. Yeah, that's.
What's her sign?
She's a Libra with, I can't remember the rest. I know there's Gemini. Oh, a Leo moon and a Gemini rising.
Yeah, that's all like, look at me, but not like when I'm not at my best.
Right. But only look at me when I'm succeeding and doing fantastic.
I'm currently bleeding from the gouging of my shin. Don't look.
Didn't happen. Let's all pretend it's not there.
I'm dead. Don't look. I feel like I've done some stuff like that before where it's like, let's hide this injury. It doesn't need attention.
I mean, yeah, a Scorpio moon is like, no one needs to know that I'm in pain, physical, emotional. Like there was, I was at a dance convention in college, and one of the other people in the program, and my friend, she was doing leaps, she was doing grand jetés across the floor, and she fell and hurt herself, and like everyone bum rushed her to make sure she was okay. And I didn't, because the way I show love and care is through my Scorpio moon. And if that were me and people surrounded me, I would be like, "You're all dead to me. Get away. Move away from me." But she called me out. She was like, everyone came to check in on me except for Jasmine. So you're on my shit list now. And I just explained it to her. I was like, if I'm hurt, I don't want anyone around me. So I was giving you that courtesy. And she was like, okay, I accept.
Well, I mean, because I totally co-sign that. I would never want any, because it's like, no, I can handle it. Just pour some tussin on it. Like I'm not even acknowledging weakness. Absolutely not.
This is a me problem, not a you guys problem. So I need to just get away from me.
Okay, but let's talk about that though really quick, because I know a lot of like people are getting into astrology as of late. It's becoming more common, which I personally think is awesome, because anytime you can learn about an archetype, you know, if that gets ingrained in the cultural lexicon, I think that's dope. But because of that, people really get soft about the descriptions. They're like, all Scorpios are private. And I was like, I'm a triple Scorpio, and I'm private in that way. Like, I don't want to show you weakness. I don't necessarily want to show you my vulnerabilities, but I love the limelight.
Yeah, it's because Scorpio needs to be in control. Like, they need to be in control of the narrative. So like sometimes Scorpios be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I share all my personal information with people. And so I'll just check them and be like, but do you share it while you're going through something, or do you share it after you've gone through the thing, you fully understand it, and now you're in control of the narrative and how it's expressed to other people?
Stop telling me secrets, Jasmine, please.
Me too. I'm like
it.
so open and vulnerable. Let me tell you about these tough things in my life. And it's like, but if I'm going through it, I'm like, no one needs to know about this. This is mine right now.
Those problems, literally. Well, and that's how I built my Instagram, basically. This was like, you know, things I'd processed from years ago, years back.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you new shit.
But the old stuff, no matter how dark and scary it might be, because I've learned about it and I'm in control, you can all know about it. There you go.
All know. You can see how strong and resilient my Phoenix moment was. So Scorpio and Aries share the same ruling planet, Mars. Where do you think that they intersect, and where do you think that they diverge?
Well, they diverge in their approach to life, because Aries, as we know, is just like, Aries is like a match for a lighter. It's just always ready to go and set off, get on the back of the motorcycle. Whereas Scorpio is going to observe and reflect and analyze and really read the energy before it like attacks. But they're both pretty spicy for sure. I mean, one's a fire sign and one is a water sign ruled by Mars. I think there's a certain amount of like, like vengeance is the first word that came to my mind, but it doesn't perfectly encapsulate the energy of it. But it's like, don't wrong an Aries and don't wrong a Scorpio, because you'll at least for Scorpio, you'll always be on the shit list. Aries might forget about it at some point, but you'll be on the short list of the shit list for a while.
I've never thought of it of being vengeful. I always thought of it as being just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scorpio is the type to like learn what your weaknesses are and then just, drop it in one curt sentence at the appropriate time. Whereas Aries is just Aries isn't gonna hold back, So it's like similar kind of energy where you don't want to be on an Aries or Scorpio's bad side, but Scorpio is gonna wait for the right time, and Aries just goes on that feeling. I mean, they're both deeply feeling signs, but it shows up in different ways, because as we expressed, Scorpio is like, you're not allowed to know what I'm feeling. Scorpio is the bottom of the ocean. It's dark, it's confusing, not everyone gets to go there, but it's deep. There's a lot of water there and weird creatures.
Anglerfish.
Yes,
exactly. Anglerfish. Okay, so I think that, and this is just my theory, but I think that when people are children, child phases, they're their most authentic. Like, that's just their unbridled, uninhibited, uneducated, and unwhatevered. So what were you like as a kid, and how do you mirror that now?
I was really sensitive and thoughtful and kind and cute, freaking adorable. I had ringlet curls when I was a kid. That's not what my curl pattern is anymore, but they called me Shirley Temple. But yeah, I was the baby of the family, and so like everyone was considerably older. That's the main comment from being really young, is that I was really sweet. I wasn't good at saying sorry though.
You don't need to. You were never wrong.
They also make fun of me because I always would say wasn't me before Shaggy did. I would say it all the time. Like it was something that they knew I did, and I would say wasn't me.
my God, that's so funny. I think about how I was when I was a little kid, and it just all makes sense, honestly. Like, I was always this little, like, conglomerate boss lady.
Okay,
Like,
boss.
I designed a theme park with my friend Olivia when we were like 7 called Small World, Little World, something like that, where everything's just really small. It could work. And it like, and she had this like big giant whiteboard. And so we're like, I scribbled out all the designs and like where things should be.
I also had a friend. She was a Cancer, is a Cancer. And she had a huge whiteboard too. But I mean, we got really into MASH, but we like created some version where it wasn't just, you know, the 4 letters, mansion, apartment, shack, home. We created a whole bunch of other letters. So it was like 10 long. And we would just like, because it was a huge whiteboard, we would just play these epic games MASH together. So into fortune telling.
Every girl's introduction to divination was MASH and that origami thing.
Catchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dream catchers. That's right. Oh my God, we made so many of those.
Oh, and we believed in like, we would do like, you know, like dramatic readings of the final like product. Which, because you know, yes, oh yeah, it's a part of, but I worked with kids for 12 years. And so I was doing that right up until the pandemic. And I had a whole gaggle of little girls that loved me. They were like 1st and 2nd grade. They were also all Capricorns, Virgos, and Scorpios. Like my people.
Exactly.
I taught them MASH. Like they'd never played MASH before. And there was one girl who's actually an Aries, whose birthday is on the 31st. See, just remember all this stuff. I remember all their birthdays. Because of course I talked about astrology with all these children. I did like numerology readings for them too. We would use like, but yeah, one of the little girls, she was in either 1st grade or kindergarten, and she was obsessed with MASH. Like they all enjoyed it, but it became her whole world. So like this little Aries girl just wanted to know who she was going to marry, and she always had a crush. Like not trying to project, this is just she literally would be like, that's my boyfriend over there. She's like all of 6 years
You know
old.
something you don't.
I'm like, go off. I was that way too though. Speaking of how I was as a kid, I had a boyfriend in preschool. I had one for 2 years in elementary school, kindergarten, and 1st grade. We got married on the monkey bars.
Term. Oh my God, so
serious.
cute. I never got married, but I did have a boyfriend literally every year from preschool on. I was telling my boyfriend about my young tryst. Sounds so dirty. There was this boy, he bought me a necklace from one of the book fairs, and then I gave it back to him when we broke up. I like dropped it in his lap at recess. I was like, and then walked away. I thought that was nicer. It wasn't supposed to be mean. It was more like, I don't know how to say this because I can't be vulnerable and I'm a child and I don't understand how this works. So bye. Like, ran away. And then I remember another boy, Isaiah, saying "my girl" to me because another very Scorpio thing that I used to do was pretend to cry at recess if I needed attention. I would just like sit there and be sad because like I knew the boys would be like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I'd be like, I don't know. And then and then this one boy, Isaiah, saying "my girl" to me to cheer me up. Sean Engel, she's a legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a new crush every school year except for kindergarten and 1st grade. It was, you know, just the one guy. I've tried to look him up on social media to see where he is, and I have never been able to find him. I don't know if he still exists.
He's an enigma.
He's an enigma. Well, because he moved
Your
away
husband.
after that year. I know. My mom, husband, he's gone. I would probably put money on the fact that he's not attractive anymore, so it's fine. But I just want to know.
It's totally fine. He's not attractive, so therefore he does not exist. I kind of feel that way with men in general. Like unless you're like, if I I really know you and love you, you just don't exist because you don't count. Actually, speaking of that and MASH, who was on your MASH list?
Well, I would usually put my boyfriend, which the girls would be very excited about. You know, adult lady has a boyfriend. Oh my God. And then I would usually put, you know, some celebrity. So right now it would be Dexter.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would also be Saeed from Lost, because I just started watching Lost. And probably my old coworker, because the girls would usually want someone they know on the list.
Nice. Because when I was growing up, it was definitely like all 90s boys, like Leo
Oh, baby.
DiCaprio, Jonathan Taylor Thomas,
Sock
JT,
it to me,
you
baby.
know,
Yeah.
Big One.
God bless.
I don't know who would be on mine now. I mean, obviously my boyfriend. I like a little risk, so I'd probably put like Danny DeVito. But he has a great career. So is that really a risk? I don't know. One of my exes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Gotta
like,
be nervous.
Yeah, it's got to be risky. And then like maybe like Jason Momoa and someone else hot. Hot celebrities, a risk, and my boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good setup. I was the most boy crazy in elementary school for sure. And so Jonathan Taylor Thomas was an awakening for me. Though my actual sexual awakening, it was absolutely Indiana Jones. And I'm reflecting back, like I knew I was attracted to him, but I was like, I think it was different. I think that's when it became like different for me.
I mean, Harrison Ford.
Daddy could still get
it. Still. Speaking of sexual awakenings, I know that Scorpio rules like genitals, sacral, all that.
Baby.
What does Aries rule?
The head.
The head.
The head and the skull and the face, like just this whole region is Aries, which is, why most Aries suns, risings, even moons will usually get at least one intense concussion in their lifetime and potentially a face scar if they don't already have like a birthmark or a prominent mole. I did because I did a TikTok video and I started with Aries just because I think this is the one that's like the most true across the board as far as like how your rising sign dictates how you look, is that every Aries rising and a lot of Aries suns have a prominent mole, birthmark, or facial scar. And the comments from people being like, well, I ran into a glass table when I was 6, or like a dog bit my face, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I get migraines. And so my boyfriend is just so sweet and always says, how's your head? And I just have to stop myself every time from saying no complaints yet.
So speaking of head, when I was first dating my boyfriend, I wasn't really sure about him yet. I was just like getting back into the dating pool. And I was like, I don't know. And so I would fake migraines a lot if he like asked me out, and I just didn't feel like it because sometimes it was COVID, like I don't know. He knows now, but one day he brought me, because he's a big gift giver. He's a Capricorn Venus. He loves giving gifts, and he got me this like little like, I don't know, it looks like a turkey baster, but it goes in your ear and it's supposed to be like for your migraines. Like literally bought me this like holistic thing for migraines. And I was like, oh, thank you. Honestly, after that, I was like, okay, you got to give this guy more of a shot. Plus, also, you can't really fake migraines anymore.
It came from a genuine place in his heart that he also opened the door for being like, okay, do you actually want to date me? Do I actually want to go out? Because no more migraines.
It was smooth. And this is also the man. I honestly am so sweaty, like one of the sweatiest people in America. Like you'll see, I'm like wiping my lip as we speak. And he got me bamboo sheets because they wick. They're supposed to be like, but this is like at the beginning of when we were starting to date. And I was like, okay, hint receiver here. All right. So we know that Aries say extremely outlandish things, do we not?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we come back, we are going to be playing a game called Did an Aries Say That?
Did you know I was a triple Scorpio? If not, you've probably never heard of me, or you've been living under a rock for the past 32 years. But now, I'll never have to worry about who I need to brag to again because of my beautiful print from Oracle's Haven. Oracle's Haven is an online witchy retailer that has incredibly beautiful products, like this print and my favorite robe. You can get 15% off of your entire order today at theoracleshaven.com if you use code WITCHY. Tell them I sent you. Are you depressed with no astrological weather to blame it on? Are you anxious and it's up your spell work? Do you just plain feel like you're spinning out of control? It's not your fault. Even witches deal with mental health issues. And that's why I'm offering a free week to BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp is an online counseling platform that provides text, call, and video chat so you can meet with your counselors and discuss your problems daily, weekly, or whenever you feel like you need to. And if you struggle with depression like your favorite triple Scorpio, that's a lot. So go easy on yourself and sign up for a free week today at betterhelp.com/witchy.
And we're back, and we're about to play Did an Aries Say That? I love feeling like a talk show host. Okay,
Yes.
ready? Let's start with confidence is 10% work and 90% delusion.
I'm going to say no. And Aries does not say that.
Okay, what's your guess?
Delusion. I mean, that sounds more like a Leo to me.
It's actually from Tina Fey, who's a Taurus, but you are right. An Aries did not say that. All right, cool. So, starting out hot, you got 1 out of however many I decided. Next up, I just want one day off when I can go swimming and eat ice cream and look at rainbows.
That could be a lot of signs, but I am going to go with the fact that yes, that is an Aries.
Yes, it is. That's Miss Mariah Carey.
Oh, mood. Absolute mood.
Yes, love it. Being single used to mean that nobody wanted you. Now it means you're pretty sexy and you're taking your time deciding how you want your life to be and who you want to spend it with.
I'm going to say Aries again. That feels like Aries energy to me.
Sarah Jessica Parker, that is yes. Dang!
That's
You are
JP.
sweet.
The odds are with me.
They really are. Right now at the school lunch tables was the first time I ever thought to myself, I hate laughter. Literally one of my favorite quotes.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It reminds me of one of my interesting quirks is that I hate children singing.
It's atonal. Learn.
Yeah, it's not fun. If it's like one kid singing, I can be like, oh, that's cute, they're trying. But if it's like a children's choir, I'm like, no, absolutely not. Okay, so hates laughter. I mean, it feels Scorpio to me, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'm gonna say not an Aries, a Scorpio.
Well, it's not Scorpio, but it's also not an Aries. It's a Sagittarius. This was Maud Apatow. You know her from Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
Next. All right. I'm trying to decide which one is best because I want to throw you off. You're just too good at this game.
Who knew? I'm just an astrologer.
I'm just an astrologer. So I played a lawyer in a movie, so many times I think I am a lawyer. And clearly I am not a lawyer because I got arrested.
Incredible quote. It's an incredible quote. I'm gonna say not an Aries. And I think I'm gonna go back to Leo again. I'm gonna say that Leo gets so into the role, but also do something worth arresting someone for.
All right, well, it actually is an Aries. It's Reese Witherspoon.
Oh wow, yeah, true, yeah.
All right, okay, so final, we have behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes.
Incredible. I'm gonna say, yeah, an Aries. I'm gonna say it.
It's actually a Capricorn, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I mean, an eye roll is such heavy earth sign energy, but I feel like especially Capricorn is the type to be like, I mean, Taurus too. Taurus is like none of your shit.
So basically you win, I think, because I don't know how to score this, but you win anyways. You got 4 out of 6. Yeah. So I say that's like pretty damn good.
Yeah, I feel like a winner. So
You're a winner, baby. Oh, I hope that's not
you're a
trademarked.
winner, baby. Oh yeah.
Listen, if I get RuPaul to come after me because of this show, I've fully made it.
That's true. You got to look at that as a win.
If I get a cease and desist from RuPaul Incorporated, that is a full win for me.
Yeah, I would frame that on my wall.
I'm on your radar, like, hey. All right, so that's our show. Let's leave it with, what is your new moon intention for the astrological new year?
Okay, so I just started writing an article on the Aries new moon. So I'm trying to remember, it's going to be conjunct with Chiron. I know that. And another planet. Like there's 4 planets all right on top of each other. I haven't decided my new moon intention yet, but I feel like it is going to be about like doing what I need to do in order to be the healthiest, happiest bitch on the planet.
Hell yeah, I love that. Hallelujah to that sentiment. In fact, I think we can all take something from that. And I think also that's like a really good lesson that a lot of us are still learning, but through COVID. Because we've all been through immense trauma and we are now peeling back the layers of what society has conditioned us to believe is right. Yeah, so, absolutely. Way to be real as hell. So let's tell everybody where they can find you and what to expect from you coming up.
Yes, of course. You can find me on TikTok and on Instagram at satin.saturn. And you can also find me on my website, jasminewolfe.xyz. Wolfe has an E on the end. By this point in time, I've just closed the doors on my last course ever, Basic Witch. However, I am opening up Not So Basic Witch shortly. So this is more hands-on. It's a coaching container for working with all the phases of the moon, setting your intentions on the new moon, doing spells on the first quarter moon. So we get to meet once a week for 30 minutes and talk about where you're at, where you're going. Last time we did this, it was so incredible. It was so fun to see just all the amazing things pop up into people's lives. So yeah, Basic Witch might be closed forever, but Not So Basic Witch is not going anywhere. I just love being on Zoom and being able to talk to people and talk about this stuff. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, especially on my TikTok, sign up for my newsletter to stay updated. That's me, baby.
I love how wigs change everyone's demeanor. Like it's true, when you step into drag, you're just like, yeah, so find me at Saturn.
Yeah. Find me at Satin.Saturn. It's the same thing whenever I get my nails done, then all of a sudden I'm like, I always talk with my hands, but it's like, you're just like this.
It really is such a fun embellishment to be able to be like, yeah.
It's glamour magic, baby.
That's right. All right. Well, everyone, that is our show, and I will see you on the next big lunation at the full moon. Bye, everybody.